I'd like to thank the Academy for honoring my fellow nominees and myself. This moment means so much because it came from a role directed by my father. For years, Anjelica Huston was admired as a symbol of strength and elegance. But behind the glamour was a story far more painful than anyone imagined. Now at 74, she is finally breaking her silence on the family betrayals, the medical diagnosis that ended her dreams of motherhood, and the quiet but intense Hollywood tensions with stars like Oprah Winfrey and Bill Murray. A legacy of absence and betrayal. Anjelica was born into Hollywood royalty on July 8, 1951, to legendary director John Huston and ballerina Enrica Soma. From the start, her world felt emotionally distant. Her father was thousands of miles away filming in Uganda when she was born, and his detachment became a lifelong pattern. Before Anjelica was even a year old, her mother faced a crushing betrayal. John Huston denied her a role in Moulin Rouge only to cast the woman he was having an affair with instead. Growing up in London, Anjelica sought stability, but her mother was consumed by the collapse of her own life. Then, tragedy struck. At 18, Anjelica's world was shattered when her mother died in a car accident at just 39 years old. This void left Anjelica vulnerable, leading her into the arms of photographer Bob Richardson. He was 42, she was barely 18. What felt like safety quickly revealed itself as a nightmare of addiction and terrifying control. The shadow of famous men. Even as she fled Richardson, Anjelica found herself in another high-profile, uneven relationship with Jack Nicholson. While their chemistry was undeniable, the trust was non-existent. Nicholson's flagrant affairs were a constant wound. Seeking escape, she fell for Ryan O'Neal, but that relationship turned into a horror story of physical abuse. During one particularly brutal night, her 13-year-old half-sister, Allegra, gave her the simplest and most devastating advice: leave. Determined to forge her own path, Anjelica spent years taking small roles and surviving without leaning on her famous last name. Then came Prizzi's Honor. Directed by her father and starring her partner, Jack, the role was a double-edged sword. During salary negotiations, she was cruelly told she had no real talent and was only there because of her connections. Those words didn't crush her. They ignited her. The Oscar that changed everything. Out of the 8 Academy Award nominations Prizzi's Honor received, the only win belonged to Anjelica Huston. When her name was called, she didn't head for the press. She ran to her father. For the first time, her success was her own. But that win came with a hidden cost. In later years, Anjelica revealed a surprising tension that followed that night. She suggested that after beating Oprah Winfrey, who was nominated that year for her iconic role in The Color Purple, she was met with a cold distance. According to Anjelica, Oprah never forgave the loss, allegedly snubbing her at parties and never inviting her onto her show. Whether a misunderstanding or a deep-seated grudge, the silence between these two icons remained a permanent fixture in Anjelica's Hollywood experience. Morticia, Motherhood, and Medicine. The 1990s brought Anjelica her most recognizable role, Morticia Addams. While she looked effortless, the role was physically punishing. Her corsets were so tight she couldn't sit, and fabric tabs were glued to her face and taped behind her head to pull her skin taut, leaving her with constant headaches. Away from the set, she finally found steady love with sculptor Robert Graham, marrying him in 1992. However, the dream of motherhood remained out of reach. Anjelica was eventually diagnosed with endometriosis, a painful condition that made conceiving unlikely. Despite pursuing fertility treatments with hope and patience, the outcome never changed. It was a private grief she carried while her career reached new heights. Tensions on set and final farewells. As an established A-lister, Anjelica didn't hesitate to stand up for others. On the set of The Royal Tenenbaums, she and Bill Murray often intervened to protect young director Wes Anderson from Gene Hackman's hostile behavior. Yet, when she reunited with Murray on The Life Aquatic, the warmth was gone. He was dismissive, famously excluding her from a cast dinner. Tragedy returned in 2007 when her husband, Robert, became seriously ill. He passed away just 6 months later, leaving her shattered. She never sought another romantic partner, choosing to live with the memory of the peace they found together. A journey of forgiveness. Healing came through reflection. In her memoirs, she addressed the deepest wound of all, her father's affair with her teenage friend, Zoe Salas. John revealed the truth by announcing the birth of a son, Danny Huston. While Danny eventually became a cherished part of her life, forgiving her father was a long, painful journey of hard-earned grace. At 74, Anjelica Huston stands as a woman who survived the shadows of giants to find her own light. She recently revealed a private battle with cancer, proudly stating she is now in the clear after 4 years. Her story is one of resilience, proving that even in a world of glamour, the most important role is the one you play for yourself. Royal Time of Hollywood is honored to share these deep dives into the lives of cinema's legends. Do you think the perceived rivalry with Oprah was a genuine grudge, or just a symptom of Hollywood's competitive nature? Let us know in the comments. If you were moved by Anjelica's journey of resilience, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss a story from